Thank you for taking the trouble. And your entire career, if you take those, the ethics, the humbleness, who is at least one or two top CEOs that you see or you would admire?
Boy, there's so many good ones. I would have to say Sam Walton probably would be at the top of my list. To think about it, I've known so many good leaders. Most of the people I've known who were great leaders are in retailing. I happen to know Mike Duke, who's the current CEO of Walmart, who also is an absolutely fabulous person. Bernie Marcus, who created Home Depot, also a fabulous leader. He was just spectacular. There are a lot of good leaders, and not every, there's very few leaders who are good at everything. Some are better at this and some are better at other things. I make it a practice of trying to study every possible leader I can, and the good and the bad. I mean, some people really screw up and do some bad things, but as I said, they get caught. What are the questions? No topics off limits. Yes, sir.
What's the most difficult decision you ever had to make?
What's the most difficult decision I ever had to make? I would tell you, and every other senior executive like me would tell you the same thing. The most difficult decisions are people decisions, always. And when you surround yourself with stars, you can be a star. And when you make a mistake, you better fess up to it. And I would tell you from a regret standpoint, what I regret more than anything else is not acting fast enough when I had made a personnel mistake. When you promote somebody into a position and you made an error, it is human nature not to face that quickly, and we should have faced it quickly. I can tell you a little funny story. Part of getting hired and promoted as a senior executive at Tractor Supply when I was the CEO was dinner. The sort of last step was dinner with Dorothy and myself. She's my wife. And it was one situation back in the 90s where we were about to hire a senior executive, and we went out for dinner, and after he and his wife had left, we were driving home, and Dorothy gives me one of these elbows, and she said, "Joe, something's wrong here. I don't feel comfortable about this." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Well, I can't tell you exactly. I don't feel comfortable about it. Something's wrong." So you know what smart me did? I hired him anyway. And she was dead right. And I had to face the music a while later, and it's one of those things where I procrastinated. I should have acted faster. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned Sam Walton, and when he used to run Walmart, he used to emphasize buying U.S.-made products and selling those in Walmart stores. Now, you're an individual hard-pressed to find something made in the U.S. at Walmart. What do you think about that?
I think Walmart went where everybody else had to go. I can tell you statistically, customers will pay a small premium for American-made products. They won't pay a big premium. So if you're selling a pair of pliers, and I've got a $5 pair of pliers from China and a $15 pair of pliers from the United States, the customer is voting by buying that Chinese plier. They're not going to pay $15. So you have to give the customer what the customer wants. I admire Sam for what he did, but he didn't do it. Before he passed away, he had backed away from that. He was trying to do the right thing for America, like we all would. But you can't do that. And the customer is making the ultimate decision, and you can't, I'm not going to take a pair of pliers I paid $12 for and sell it to you for $5 to be competitive with China. You go out of business doing that. So I admire what he did. It's the right thing to do. And by the way, do you know what the number one manufacturing country in the world is? What country manufactures the most? The United States does, not China. Most people think it's China. A little trivia piece there. What other questions?
Joe, I've got one for you and Tom Parrish. Tell us a little bit about the Scarlett Leadership Institute. How do y'all benefit others, and just a little bit about the makeup of it?
Sure, I'll be happy to. Thanks, George. The mission of the Scarlett Leadership